Hey review family, keep it tight. My name is Jay Moore's The Review Guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one I'm going to be covering the brand new Lightning Bolt album entitled Sonic Citadel. Brand new record by the Providence, Rhode Island noise rock duo known as Lightning Bolt. If you want a stellar discography full of noise rock ragers with plenty of distortion to go around, booming lively production, check them out because they're pretty much a must for the genre at this point. The band consists of Brian Chippendale, who does the drum work as well as the vocal work, as well as Brian Gibson, who handles the bass work. That is what the duo consists of entirely, and Brian Gibson plays the bass guitar like a rhythm guitar a lot of times. The duo has this way of taking noise rock and enveloping it in this wave of experimentation, sometimes jazziness, a lot of melodicism at times, a lot of distortion at times, sometimes having riffs that even sound a bit like math rock. They also have a way of sounding cacophonous without really trying that hard to. A lot of their compositions are fairly simplistic in their approach, but it's the production and it's the heaviness that they layer on that just makes everything sound so much more abrasive than it necessarily could have if it was just completely raw. Up until this point, they've followed a pretty strict pattern. They release a record, they go away from a few years, and they come back with another rager in their normal formula. I was pretty okay with their last record, Fantasy Empire. I like those math rock inclusions, but Sonic Citadel is the first Lightning Bolt album of the decade to really stop me in my tracks a little bit. Seriously, this record is a great noise rock album. That's evident from the first track, Blow to the Head, with the drums bludgeoning your skull in such a heavy and dense production style to tie everything with a bow nicely and hand it to you, complete with Brian Chippendale's vocals, which are way in the background of the mix, and riffs that almost sound a bit Rolling Stones-ish. These compositions are constant. They flow meticulously, but they never let up on that noise factor. However, they are not afraid whatsoever to really have those sticky, memorable melodies with that bass work, such as on the track Husker Don't, which, even though it does get very frantic, and it just gets so, like, vengeful near the midway point, and relentless with the aggression that it portrays itself in, some of those riffs are really sticking out in my mind, even after repeated and repeated listens. Big Banger is one of the best tracks Lightning Bolt has come out with in a while, and it really reminds you of one of the reasons that they were such a great and groundbreaking noise rock duo to begin with, and that's the fact that two guys without any sort of rhythm guitar, without any sort of, accoutrements, and a bunch of people in the band raise more hell than many metal bands or more noise rock bands that really try really hard. And as I'm listening through this record, the drums are reminding me of something, and I can't shake it. On any of the tracks that I have mentioned, the drums just have this timbre that remind me of that Daughters record from last year, You Won't Get What You Want. Not a whole lot of resonance to them, I will give you that. They don't really have that much dynamics, but it's just the fact of how, the patterns work in that simplicity alongside these riffs. There are some adventurous tracks, I will give you that, near the latter half, such as Don Henley in the Park, which very, very low-key, very melodic, bit math rock inspired once again. Definitely not one of my favorite tracks on the record. One that kind of wears off, the intriguing factor of it pretty quickly, but the next track actually does have a lot of invigorating feelings to it. I'm of course talking about the track Tom Thump, which starts with the clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, and that riff. It's rock and roll as hell, especially with that drum line. It just sounds like a classic rock and roll tune turned up to 15 instead of 5. And they even kind of poke fun at that with the track Van Halen 2049, which is almost 10 minutes long. It's a complete hellscape. What a disgusting way to treat sound, especially near the mid to latter half with the ascending and descending buzzing riffs. And I cannot stress enough how relentless these drums are on this record. Yeah, I'm really liking this record. Fantasy Empire didn't stick with me as much as I might like, but with repeated listens, I can't really stop coming back to Sonic Citadel. I think it's fresh, I think it's invigorating, I think the production is great. If I could have one gripe, it would be that the vocals do get drowned out, such as on the first track, but I feel like that is a product of what the band was going for and not necessarily a mishap or a, badly mixed section. I think it's what the band wanted. However, sometimes it's very difficult to figure out what the vocals are really doing, making me wish wish that they were maybe turned up a bit. Otherwise, it is a throttling adventure. It is a bone-shredding adventure full of so much noise, so much distortion, but really good performances and songwriting at the same time. I definitely suggest this to thrill seekers that like noise rock, or just people wanting to hear something new, or people that have maybe been turned off to Lightning Bolt from some of their more recent material, because I think this is their best recent material in the past few records they have released. I'm going to be giving this album an 8 out of 10. And that is a wrap. What were your thoughts of this new Lightning Bolt album, Sonic Citadel? Go ahead and go crazy in the comment sections below. Let me know what you thought about it. I would love to discuss the record with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and stay for the end screen. I'll link some videos that you might be interested in. Smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.